Forse mi fingo to stare sometimes I have to be doing something with the door and the back. Se vengo a hacer otra vez effectivamente se corre e tal. Like a position, because I'm going to leave you. I have to believe this position, but yeah, same position. No, sí, voy a meter. A mí sí me vas a meter en su otra vez, tengo que hacer.